So, you clicked on this video because your brain won't shut up. Your mind is running a marathon over something completely meaningless. You already know you're overthinking. That's not the problem. The problem is knowing it and still not being able to stop. And honestly, you probably just need a perspective shift. So, which one of these are you right now? You're either obsessing over something that already happened or panicking about something that hasn't happened yet. Everything you're overthinking right now falls into two categories: the past or the future. And you have zero control over either of them. You can't go back and change anything. You can't drag the future here. No matter how late you sleep or not sleep at all, tomorrow will still come and yesterday will still be set in stone. The only moment you can actually do something in is right now, the present. But you're not even in it because you're too busy living in a timeline that doesn't exist. Now, don't get me wrong. You have to think about the future sometimes. You've got career moves to make, bills to pay, and lives to build. But there's a massive difference between productive problem solving and just staring at the problem until it burns a hole in your brain. Planning makes you move forward. Overthinking is just spinning your wheels in the mud, making yourself exhausted. You can only prepare so much before the preparation just turns you into something unhelpful. Let's look at the past first. Did you say something weird today? Have an awkward moment? Or maybe you got into an argument, lost, and then came up with the absolute perfect comeback 3 hours later while you were standing in the shower. Again, the past is done. It's unchangeable. And if you're losing sleep, wondering what some stranger or casual acquaintance is thinking about you, let me kill your ego just a little bit. They don't care. People are entirely self-centered. They didn't even know this. Seriously. They are too busy stressing over their own awkward moments, their own failures, to remember that weird thing you said. Everyone is the main character in their own head. If it wasn't a stranger, if it was your boss, your partner, or your best friend, the rule still applies. It just changes a little bit. If the mistake is fixable, send the text, clear the air, and handle it like an adult. If it's not fixable right now, losing sleep over it isn't going to magically change her mind anyway. It just gives you dark circles, and you don't want that. What about things we haven't done yet? This is where the future comes in, and it usually links back to perfectionism. A lot of us suffer from this, but let's be honest about what perfectionism actually is. It's not about having high standards. It's deep-rooted fear. Subconsciously, you've convinced yourself that you aren't allowed to get things wrong, that if you mess up, you'd be rejected and exposed as a fraud. So you overthink before you do anything, trying to guarantee an outcome you can't actually guarantee. But you're still going to mess up. That's not even a maybe. Every person you look up to has a long list of failures and embarrassing moments and things they wish they'd done differently. That's not even in spite of who they are. That's literally part of how they got there. Messing up, looking a little foolish, and learning through trial and error is literally coded into our DNA. And yet, your brain is already living 6 months from now. You're running worst-case scenarios on a loop, panicking about something that hasn't even happened yet and might never happen. That's just fear taking old and bad memories and projecting them into a future that doesn't even exist yet. Sure, learn from what happened before. If you burned your hand on a stove, don't touch it again. But stop acting like you can predict the exact trajectory of your life. You don't actually know how the story goes until you're living in it. Overthinking gives you this illusion of control, but it's fake. It changes nothing except your stress levels. And if you want the ultimate reality check to just snap out of it completely, the reality is, we're all just future worm food anyway, or dust, depending on your preference. Not trying to be depressing. Think about it. Eventually, nobody's going to remember that cringy text you sent. Nobody is going to care that you stumbled over your words in that meeting. At the end of the line, none of this matters. People forget. And even if people do remember your little mistakes right now, so what? A memory cannot physically harm you. It's just a thought floating in someone else's head, and you can't control that anyway. So, here's the only question that matters when you feel yourself spiraling. Ask yourself, Can I do anything about this right now? If yes, then do it. Stop thinking about it and just do it. Act on it. If no, then you already know what more thinking is going to get you. Absolutely nothing. So come back to the present, the only place you actually exist.